Hello everyone, welcome back to another neverness to everness video. Today I want to do something a little bit different and give my thoughts on the new 1.1 Dreamwalker update, but do it in a more hilarious way, as I did have a lot of fun kind of jokingly making fun of this new expansion as it was kind of coming along and coming out and as I was playing it. And again, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen this, you may want to wait until after you've explored this new expansion, and then we'll come back to this. So anyway, let's get into it right now. So we start off by taking this cruise on our lovely little ship here, followed by a lovely little eagle to guide our way. And we can only hope that this voyage will be at least a little bit less traumatizing than the current hantavirus cruises that are going on in the world today. We finally arrive at our lovely little island here, where we meet our lovely tour guide and current fan ragebait of the week in the form of our Iori. Again, in all things considered, after the redesign, I will admit I don't mind it as much as I thought I would. But we quickly get on to worrying about our cute little cat friend here, who was the main purpose of this trip, and a cheer-up session all around. There, we quickly set off with a posse that would make any rapper in the world jealous, as we continue along our merry way. We arrive at the resort to begin our fun-filled time of illegal petting zoos, being hit on by fish, and of course, the most important, stealing the food literally from the people in the restaurant. And finally, we meet new waifu, Inanna, the billionaire philanthropist and sponsor of this island, and all-around do-gooder who wants only the best for the anomalies and other people that come to this island. Clearly, unlike in real life, she is the shining example that will break the mold of a rich person wanting to do good for all, and nothing of evil whatsoever. So after our little kitten makes a tearful pledge and convinces the incredible shining beacon of nobility to allow her an opportunity to try and heal her broken heart, we set off again on our adventure, with our exhaustive 30-second search consisting of looking at a courtyard and then a small bush right next to the same courtyard just outside the door, where we meet this incredibly strange creature. That's probably the most strange creature I've ever seen in all the video games I've played, where apparently our two expert anomaly hunters see nothing suspicious with this at all, despite the fact it seems to already have paperwork and a pen to sign up for her being her guardian. Very suspect. But if it's for our cat, we'll do what we want. After all, Nonnelly's worth it. Finally, after a long day, we come back to see our long-lost friend, who looks a little sus, and that she was just worried about us, until our old friend literally comes skipping onto the scene. Our little thief from the first arc, and one of our old Daffodil's friends, sisters, whatever it is. We'll find out more. And I'm sure that our Daffodil will inevitably drive this rapscallion off, or at least apprehend them for their misdeeds in the first arc. Or immediately go with them. I mean, it's 50-50. With the price of gas, teleportation is probably a lot cheaper. This, of course, drives our friend Nonnelly into a fit, as inevitably the somewhat suspect actions of our master and our poor Daffodil resonate with the entire crew, as we all brainstorm to figure out what we can do, or yell at each other. It's a family thing. This, of course, drives our poor Nonnelly into a fit of depression, which will in no way ever drive her to do something crazy like run away and make suspect choices, which results in a long-standing arc of trying to find her and rescue her. So after a long-standing arc of trying to find her, we finally come and meet up with our good old friend, the strange creature, that, to surprise to no one, seemed to have something to do with the disappearance of our poor friend. Of course, he's not going to give up the information easily, so this results in several things, ranging from having a polite conversation and trying to convince him to tell us where and what he did with our friend Nonnelly, so that we can rescue her back, quickly escalating from this to threatening him within an inch of his life, that he will be erased from existence if he does not tell us what he did with our friend Nonnelly, and of course, escalating from here to actually erasing him from existence after he tells us what he did with our friend Nonnelly, so he can't do it to anyone else again. So after informing us that he had sent Nonnelly to the land of misfit toys, or dreams in this case, we are luckily enough fortunate to be kidnapped by the same people who look like they're extras from the cast of Final Fantasy. So after a lovely sightseeing tour with our reject Lalafell, we quickly get to the land of dreams, where we bask in its beauty and unusualness as we begin the next part of our journey to rescue our poor friend. Which immediately results in us making a new friend in the form of Time, the alleged guardian and aforementioned overseer of this corridor of dreams that we have allegedly found ourselves into. She, of course, informs us of the rules and how this place is a dumping ground, I guess, for negative emotions for people who are having a tough time, and then acts more like a prison and such. You know, the other thing. And clearly, as this person does seem nice, they are clearly in no way going to prevent us or result in us having to rescue them in the future as well. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Off we go on our long journey to rescue Nonnelly, interrupting the conga parties of the dream world, going through the desolate landscapes of shipwrecks, through our beautiful coastal waters, to the weird piano recitals that seem to haunt our every waking moment, all the while chasing our little Nonnelly, who has been apparently transformed into the visage of a little tiger. We may interrupt a few of the people that reside in the dream world as they go through their past pains and experiences, but we will try not to disturb them too much. We then move on our journey to discover the past and situations and circumstances that led to the creation of this weird and wondrous place that we are in. Clearly, this won't have anything that we will take with us into the future, but again, it's good to know for backstory. Meeting the weird inhabitants of this land as we continue to chase after the running spirit of our poor friend through this forgotten land. While we are on this journey, we get back to the real world to see Inanna, who is finding out that we have been unfortunately spirited away to this unknown land underneath her own nose, and I'm sure she's worried and wants nothing more than to rescue us and our safe return, and who am I kidding? She really just resolves herself to be the head of this evil organization responsible for theft, murder, carnage, and all-out disregard for human safety, and everything else, including the blackmail of our friend Daffodil.
You are the chosen one!
But I digress. Back with us, we meet up with a kind-hearted girl that we met during our search for Nonnelly. She appears to look an awful lot like a younger version of Daffodil, and she explains to us her backstory of being here, how she lost her parents, and that she is staying with a new foster mother of sorts in this wonderful house that looks incredibly creepy, that she begins to take us through. This mother that she speaks of looks an awful lot like our Anakin that we met moments ago. As she guides us through her past memories and childhood home, helping us search for Nonnelly, we begin to learn more about the aforementioned person who acts like the Wicked Witch of the West and is probably worse, explaining all the horrible things that she did during our poor little kind-hearted girl's childhood, as well as really giving you a feel for the deep psychological trauma that this aforementioned person has inflicted upon all of her family, and really just driving home the point that when the time comes, hopefully in the future, you will not feel any remorse for dealing with this person. With the girl's help, however, we are able to track down the spirit of Nonnelly. With our newfound friend, we quickly say our goodbyes and part ways, hoping that we will quote-unquote meet up sometime in the future. As we continue on this, we begin to start part 2 of the rescue for Nonnelly, which will continue this psychological trip that we are currently undertaking. There we switch from Daffodil's tragic backstory right into Nonnelly's tragic backstory as we continue to uncover her past, how she attained her powers, and how she came to be at Ebon. We continue from there. We go to finding the real Nonnelly, who is trapped within her own self, doubt, and worries. And, like with the emotional energy of an AA meeting, go about helping her discover that she is who she is, and in driving her from her own doubt and everything else like that, thereby returning her to her former self, and ending what I like to call the
emotional damage
arc of our story, and thereby making a safe return to our normal lives out of this hellish dreamscape. Who am I kidding? Immediately upon rescuing her, we're stopped by Time, who says that we cannot take Nonnelly from here, and refuses to let us pass in any way, shape, or form. Unfortunately for her, she does not realize that while talking may be our go-to, murdering poor anomalies happens to be our specialty. Aforementioned fight begins, in which we, having to defend Nonnelly as well as defeat Time, happily do so without any sort of real issue. After intense face-to-face negotiations, we are able to convince Time that she is wrong, and that she can get out of here and escape this hellish landscape with us. Unfortunately, this is short-lived, as we are immediately attacked yet again. This time by our aforementioned former Chosen One, along with her crazy posse, who enter with the menace of COVID hopped up on heroin. We continue to try and reason with them, but of course this is not going to go anywhere, and no, Bob, you cannot fix her, don't even try. There, our well-endowed evil person steals yet another item, and continues to gloat and reveal amongst their secret plans that she is merely just a simple businesswoman that merely uses theft, evil, torture, and otherwise violence to get ahead, and that this is all just a simple matter of business, a misunderstanding on the main character's part. Clearly, this actually does check out in some ways.
Capitalism.
But after continuing to gloat for a while and continue her audition as Dark Lord of the Sith in the next Star Wars trilogy, she orders us to be eliminated, not realizing that we have the most dangerous adversary on our side to stop the enemy. Fish. Yes, due to the fact of a few simple twists of bread, we have a whole army of fish that can apparently transform space and time to make our escape possible. I mean, this is a dream world. What else is new? At least it's entertaining. Promising to rescue our friend Daffodil, we make our escape into the Universal Time Tunnel, eventually meeting back up with all the others, including our 2 rescues from the dream world. Maybe they're not 100% there. I mean, there is potentially some psychological damage, but I'm sure it's better than being cut to shreds with a sword. Finally, with our long, harrowed journey over, and psychiatric bills hopefully not too large, we are able to put this whole thing behind us and look towards the future as we prepare to rescue our friend Daffodil, as well as take revenge, stop this other evil organization and put a stop to whatever nefarious goals they have planned. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching. I had a lot of fun doing this little arc and razzing it and joking about it with my friends as we were playing it, and I thought I'd like to share that with a lot of other people. If you like and enjoy seeing this type of stuff, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely make some more videos like this. And yes, hopefully everybody's having fun. Thank you, and have yourselves a good day.